Hi everyone, it is Monday, it is Weather for Weather Geeks time. We're back after taking a couple days off from Weather Geeks at the end of last week. We've got plenty to talk about this week as we wrap up July and head into August. Summer is far from over. We've got some pretty hot August weather coming up. Wanted to spend a moment reviewing where we've been this month for our accuracy. I take accuracy very seriously and keep very detailed records of our accuracy along with the accuracy of other weather sources as well to see how we compare not only to those other sources but to our own standards internally here. And we always try to learn from mistakes and pick up on patterns where, in certain situations we might routinely be too cool or too warm, etc. And so we try to learn from those records that I keep. And one thing we challenge ourselves to do is be within 2 degrees for the high temperature each and every day. And I keep track of this as well. 80 was our forecast today, and we hit 79 this afternoon. We're on a pretty good streak right now of 12 consecutive days of being within 2 degrees of the forecast. Our 2018 accuracy at 69% at this point. So we'll hope to make it 13 in a row as we wrap up the month coming up tomorrow. All right, so July's been a warm month, of course. It's going to go into the record books as a warm month, not anywhere near a record or anything, but certainly warm and rather dry as well. But we did pick up a little bit of precipitation today, time-lapse video time from our Niles camera today. An overcast, kind of gloomy morning, and if you watch carefully, the pavement gets a little wet right here. Right around lunchtime, we had a bit of light rain and drizzle that moved through, but then the sky cleared in the afternoon. It actually turned out to be a pretty nice late afternoon across the region. That was a look up at the clouds from below. Here's a look at the clouds from above with our high-res satellite, showing the clearing that we had late in the afternoon. Then some cumulus and even some cumulonimbus clouds started to bubble up once we got into that sunshine this afternoon. And underneath some of those clouds popped a couple of showers, some localized downpours. Let me show you those. Across western PA in particular. These were centered over southern Mercer and Lawrence counties earlier on today. Newcastle had a pretty good downpour for a time, but as we've transitioned into the last couple of hours of daylight, no surprise, these things are starting to lose their strength a little bit, and they will completely fade away as we go deeper into the evening. All right, it is muggy. It's not crazy humid, but dew points have snuck up into the mid-60s out there this evening. The soupier air is not far to our south and west. That's what's going to start heading our way as we head towards midweek. It's going to get pretty steamy around here by midweek. Not really hot, but pretty humid. What about thunderstorms and showers? I think tomorrow more locations will get wet than today. This is probably centered around mid-afternoon. Our high-res short-term modeling all in decent agreement that we'll get a cluster of showers and storms around mid-afternoon on our Tuesday. Notice this warm front off to the south. That's what holds the keys to the much more humid air that's coming our way for midweek. So a shower can occur at any point on Tuesday. Best chance for thunder, I think, will be in the afternoon. Best chance for rain overall will be in the afternoon. I have our hourly POPs, we call them, probability of precipitation, going up to 60% between 3 and 5 p.m. So plan accordingly. The Storm Prediction Center does have a low-end risk of severe weather up to about Route 30 again on Tuesday. I kind of like where that placement is. I'm not real gung-ho on severe weather around here. It'll be unstable, but I don't think we're going to see much sun tomorrow, and that will keep the instability in check, I think. So not looking for a lot of strong storms tomorrow, but 1 or 2 storms. Could they get rowdy, especially, again, in our southern viewing area? I can't rule that out. All right, very muggy on Wednesday. Pretty cloudy as well. There can be a shower, thunderstorm here and there on Wednesday. It's not going to be a washout, but these things will be kind of scattered throughout. Now, this front is a sorry excuse for a cold front. There's no cold air behind it. It's a little bit drier. I mean, a little bit drier. But this front's basically washing out, as fronts often do at this time of the year as they come into our region. But nonetheless, as this moves just east of us, the focus for rain will shift more towards the east coast at the end of the week, leaving us in a drier pattern here with smaller chances for rain Thursday and Friday. Notice the dew points, go down some. It's not a crisp, cool, refreshing air mass like September behind that front, but instead of a dew point of 70 or so, it'll be more like today in the lower and mid-60s on Thursday. Elevated dew points, though, for Friday and the weekend, and that'll be accompanied by hotter temperatures as well. The current pattern features this trough, kind of this, see these lines dipping down like this? That's our trough, but that lifts out. The ridge that it's been parked over the Atlantic is going to kind of retrograde west and become centered over parts of the U.S. That's going to allow temperatures to start trending back upwards, and we're going to see some of the hottest weather we've seen in a while coming our way late in the work week into especially that first weekend of August, and even beyond that. I think this hot weather pattern has some staying power. Here's the next 10 days versus average. Average is 81. Each and every day of the next 10 will be several degrees higher than that, it looks like, for the weekend and into early next week. And even though there's a little downward trend here, middle of next week, it's still probably warmer than average. And, you know, our confidence in solutions gets lower as you go out into the longer range. But it's possible that these bars might have to be raised again as we get closer to this period. Again, we could be well above average all the way through the end of next week and into the following weekend. Now, this was the initial August forecast put out by the National Weather Service about 11 days ago. We will do an August forecast on air, online, including here on Weather Geeks tomorrow evening. We'll talk about temperatures compared to average. We'll talk about precipitation compared to average, what we think will happen in August. Again, this was the initial outlook put out by the Weather Service 11 days ago. I'll tell you if it's changed. I'll tell you how it compares to my outlook coming up tomorrow on Weather for Weather Geeks. High confidence, though, that the first half of August is going to be pretty darn warm. It's been that kind of a summer. It just wants to be warm this summer. Some summers are like that. Some summers, like we had back in 2014, 2015, it just has a hard time getting warm. Some summers, it's a little easier. All right, that's it for tonight. I'll see you back here for a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks tomorrow evening. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Thanks for watching.